Hello, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you Friday, pretty much 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or at least Pacific Time. I'm not sure if we're on standard or what. I guess it's standard. We're past daylight savings time. So let me know if anyone's here. Hello, AJ Vintage. Good to see you. And Late Model. Good to see you guys too. So you guys don't need to know the drill, but this is for people that tune in after. You know, if you want to hang out with our fine vegan bunch here, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, we discuss any and all things vegan. So yeah, if you're vegan curious, come here and you'll be in good company. We're cool, chill, non-judgmental vegans, and we discuss any and all things vegan, and we focus more on evidence-based stuff, but we talk about all sorts of stuff. About, you know, popular culture and stuff, you know, news, whatevs, but we focus on veganism. All right, guys, so thanks for coming today here. I see you already have Uncle here. Let's see, thanks, Late Model, for clarifying we are on standard time. Let's see, you're looking and sounding good live from Long Beach, California, Friday night, and HHV, and Ryan, your host. Thanks for the intro there, Uncle. I should write it down. I need a more scripted intro, but I was like, just freelance it. And you know, anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I started a couple minutes early. I was all ready to go, so might as well go for it. Again, I'm not sure how long this live stream will be. I know last week's was a little shorter. Yeah, I have a little story for you guys about last Friday. I told you I had like some sort of low fever kind of symptoms. Anyway, yeah, I felt better on the weekend. Then Monday I didn't feel that good, so I said Tuesday, you know, I'm just going to go to the doctor anyway, no matter what. I woke up feeling, well, decently all right. But anyway, I just thought something was off. And basically, yeah, they took a urine sample, getting personal here, and determined, oh, there's some bacteria there. You got some kind of, I thought I probably had some kind of like, you know, urinary tract infection or something like that. And got the results back today. Yeah, they confirmed urinary tract infection for sure. I've never had one in my entire life. So anyway, yeah, I'm sure someone's gonna like watch this live stream and clip it out and look, veganism debunked. Like, no, this is my first one in my entire life. Been vegan 15 years, and my doctor said, yeah, she sees this kind of stuff every day. So anyway, got prescribed some antibiotics. At first, she didn't know which ones to give me because wasn't sure which strain of bacteria it was I had. So she gave me a general one. Then I got a message from her this morning and said, oh, got the results back. It's this certain strain, and you need a different antibiotic. So I had to start a new one today. So anyway, guys, it's been a rough week. That's why I didn't make a video this week, and you know, a regular video this week. I was all set to on Wednesday. I was feeling pretty good Tuesday after I got my first antibiotics taken, and then Wednesday I just kind of I feel worse today. So I'm just laying around and doing, you know, just trying to just keep my thing together. But anyway, I felt a lot better yesterday, but it was too late to make a video, so I just worked on music yesterday. So today, I'm all right. You know, just kind of just I guess, you know, I guess I started a new antibiotic today. So anyway, oh no, Bill! Holy shit! I saw a Late Model react to you. So yeah, you got way worse things going on than I do. You have to drop a big bummer. Your cancer is back with a vengeance. Holy shit! And you're not going to treat it again. You're in hospice care, but doing okay so far. Oh my god, Bill! I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm talking to Madness right there, in case you're not sure who Bill is there. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. We're both having not a great week. Sure sounds even worse. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, health is a precious thing, guys. Yeah, I said to myself, okay, I get kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say. I get a little bummed out sometimes on shit in life, but yeah, I'm going, as soon as I get this thing cleared up, all right, I'm trying not to get bummed out on stuff in life. But yeah, I got meds, AJ and Peter, and the antibiotics, even though I got the wrong one, I guess it still cleared up some inflammation or something like that. My bladder feels like more normal and stuff right now. But yeah, I felt great yesterday. I thought I was like going to be fine today, and I came to find out, oh no, we got to give you the right antibiotic to target that particular bacteria that you got going on. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm kind of like, not feeling full energy today, but I'm not feeling like crap like I did, say, on Wednesday. So anyway, yeah, we'll see how long this live stream goes. Yeah, well, we'll just take it from there, guys. It's just we'll play it by ear here. Oh yeah, I forgot, Heidi. You're a cancer survivor too. Yeah, Bill. You said I'm sorry to hear that. I would likely choose the same if yours returned. We'll pray for you. That's good, you Bill. Your team, your care team is amazing. So they take good care with your needs, which will of course get worse. But for now, you're not much different. That's good. I'm glad you're pretty much not different right now, Bill. So yeah, we're all yeah, come back as often as you can, and yeah, we'll always be thinking about you here if you miss some time. All right, guys. So sorry to hear that, Bill. Damn. What a bummer day. It's a lot of not great things happening. Other things I don't want to talk about. Yeah, it hasn't been a great day all around for me and Angie. We're getting along fine. Don't worry about that. But just a lot of things not working out right. Okay, basketball season. That's something to keep you strong and going, huh? And we think Milo, it might have said he was going to like some kind of hospice or something like that too, right? Milo from Hawaii. So man, what's going on this year? Jeez, rough. It's been a rough time, rough year, rough just like year and a half for a lot of us. Me, I'm speaking of myself, but man, yeah. If Milo is resting in peace, rest in peace. Wow, what a bummer day. I'm sorry, guys, to get us all started off on a bummer note like this. I don't even know what to talk about now. It's like whoa. So anyway, yeah, we didn't actually hear about Milo pass. I mean, he's told us he was like gonna I forgot his exact words, but kind of something like what you were saying, Bill. He had some. I think he was looking for maybe a physician-assisted suicide. I'm not sure. I forgot what he said he was gonna do. But anyway, let's not get too bummed. Let's talk about veganism. I don't know what's going on in veganism, guys, because I haven't really been following the news much. I did get an email yesterday from Josh Tetrick, the guy that makes Beyond Egg, saying he has some new Beyond Meat chicken product that's going to be out in stores really soon. So yeah, that's about all I know about going on in veganism. You guys told me last week that that Miyoko's was not able to successfully get back her company. Someone else outbid her, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in Oregon too. I forgot about that. I knew you were on the West Coast, Bill. Okay, I've not heard of that organization. All right, it's good to know that organizations like that exist. The news is folks, Peter. I haven't even been watching the news much, so I don't know what's really going on right now, to be honest with you. And I guess that's probably a good thing right now. Well, that's good, Bill. You're going to be cooking a vegan Thanksgiving dinner Thursday. Awesome. I'm hoping I'll be okay to just like go out that day. I should be like my antibiotics. I started them today. The new ones, they should be done on Tuesday, so I should be good. By this weekend maybe like Sunday or so. So we'll see what goes on. So yeah, my goal is just to be okay to like do whatever on Thanksgiving. Don't have a big plan yet. Let's see. Insanity, vanity. Do I think veganism is enough? Enough for what? I can't answer. Like enough in what measure or metric you enough? Compared to what? The animals suffer now. Agree with you 100%. And people aren't changing at any rate to combat that. So you're saying is veganism enough to well, let's look at what veganism is really quickly. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So I mean, I don't know if veganism is enough, but it's necessary. You have to have some kind of belief against animal cruelty and exploitation to make this all happen. Other than like forcing people to eat a vegan diet, and that's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's just not going to happen. So I think veganism is like, unless someone has a better idea than that right now. And that's why I like to spread awareness about veganism, just so we can help achieve a goal of, making the world a more vegan place. But yeah, I'm not sure. What else would there be? Said, is veganism enough? What are these other things on top or over and above that? I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are. VD will probably make a video. You think, Peter? He's vegan. He's not supposed to take. Why? Who in the world said vegans cannot take antibiotics? I mean, if you have an infection, this is what they prescribe me. They didn't ask. A doctor didn't say, "Oh, you're vegan. Well, I can't give you antibiotics. You're going to die or something like that." No, this is what they routinely give any person on any diet. So it has nothing to do with vegans or veganism. Like I said, she said she sees this pretty much every day. Some kind of like a bladder or urinary tract infection. It's not rare at all. So it's rare for me. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. This is weird. And I think I know how I got it too. It's not random. About a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now ago, I had I'm not going to drink coffee in the morning. I was drinking my little mix of mocha and I think it's almond milk. I forgot. Anyway, I noticed it seemed to have gone bad, but I didn't realize it till I started drinking it. I don't know how much I drank. I don't remember now. It was a couple weeks ago, but I remember a few days after that, my stomach seemed just a little weird for like 3 or 4 days or something like that. I just felt like, okay, I don't feel like I'm gonna barf or have the runs or anything like that. The stomach just felt a little queasy, and it seemed to clear up. It seemed to like go away. I remember, I think I had the almond milk maybe on almond milk coffee like on a Thursday. It felt weird like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went to the gym that Tuesday. I had a great time, played basketball, had a great time. And then I saw you guys last week on Friday when I had that little fever and stuff. So anyway, that's probably the mechanism. I just ingested some bacteria from the gone bad milk. So be really careful, guys. I had no idea that if you drink enough of a bad vegan milk coffee, or I guess vegan milk or vegan coffee is enough, you can get a bacterial infection from that. They feel like low-grade misery, AJ. Yeah, so I guess I've never had one before, so this is all new to me. I'm kind of like scared a little bit because this is just like, whoa, I think that's how I got it. And yeah, I was reading how even though I had that bad milk like 2 weeks ago and those symptoms went away, I said, yeah, the bacteria in there, they were irritating your stomach, but then they went to other places, and I guess they found a home in my bladder or something like that, or whatevs. But anyway, bacterial infections being treated, and hopefully I will be good. So yeah, if you're making a video about this, VD, it's probably happened to you. It happens to most people. It sounds like a really common thing, just new for me. What is that, Samuel? I've never heard of D. Manos. I'll look it up though. Hey, Carl. Antibiotics are normally made from soil bacteria, fungus, or made in the lab. I didn't think there were any animal products or in antibiotics, But anyway, yeah, I mean, even the vegan society, the people whose definition I show all the time. If you scroll down, it says, yeah, take your meds. If you're sick, don't do something stupid, even though there might be some animal testing or something like that. Veganism isn't like something where you're gonna like off yourself, unalive yourself because you refuse to take meds that you need. You don't want to let infections fester long internally. That's just really bad. Like attack your kidneys or something like that. Yeah, Uncle. I'm pretty sure where I got it at, Uncle. I'm pretty damn sure it was that damn oat milk, that oat milk coffee. Don't want to mention any brands. Don't want to point any fingers or anything like that. It's just me. It's not their fault. It just gone bad, and I should have been less stupid and thrown away rather than it doesn't taste that good. That was just me being dumb. Yeah, raw milk sounds like a just ticking time bomb. Like it's a matter of not if, but when you're going to get some kind of bacterial infection from unpasteurized raw milk. So yeah, they can say what they want, but that sounds like you're rolling the dice. Because my stuff was vegan and pasteurized, and I still managed to get an infection from that. So anyway, mushrooms are antibiotics. Cool. Well, yeah, we've been eating some mushrooms here and there. Haven't taken any psilocybin mushrooms or anything like that. They don't have any special probiotics, Heidi. I mean, there's sauerkraut and kimchi and stuff like that, but I've been reading, no, that's not good for my stomach right now. I've been having to change my diet for now too, eating like, a lot of stuff I like to eat I shouldn't eat, like say like just like acidic fruits and stuff like that, like say cherries, or even a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Putting the jelly on is bad, so I just got to be really careful about acidic things, and a few other food groups. Yeah, just really basically spicy things are bad. You want bland food like rice, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. Bananas are awesome, but yeah, you don't want to do like and blueberries I read are okay, but like raspberries, cranberries, don't do that. So yeah, I just gotta be just kind of precise right now if I want maximum recovery, minimum irritation to what's going on inside. Well, I'm gonna take my my antibiotic run here, Sam, because I was feeling like shit on a few days ago, and I felt like great yesterday. I feel pretty good too. I don't feel like I did on Wednesday. So they are doing their thing, but I gotta treat this infection, and I'm gonna follow my doctor's advice on this one. But anyway, yeah, apples are good for me too, Bill. But I forgot to get some when I walked down to the market today. The anti-vegan Isaac responded back to me. I think you told me about that, Peter. He made a response to vegan teacher, and he threw me into the response. What a weird guy, I guess he really gets butthurt when I make videos calling him out for just being so just a bad person that spreads misinformation. I mean, he should be proud about that. I mean, that's what Isaac Butterfield is. I mean, would he dispute that? He's just this horrible, rotten, mean person that spreads misinformation. He should have just owned it instead of getting all pissed off about it. Yeah, and lots of fluids too, late model. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm really good about always drinking. Been drinking, plenty of water. Yeah, it helps flush it out, helps dilute your urine and stuff, so the bacteria aren't as concentrated. Yeah, it's just a good thing to stay hydrated right now. And yeah, one of the medications the antibiotic says, take with a lot of fluids. So anyway, yeah, oats and oatmeal, those are really good. Just gotta watch out for high concentrated sugar things, citrus things, and spicy things, like even nutritional yeast I'm avoiding right now, soy sauce, stuff like that. Just more bland for a few days, till like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of next week or something like that. Yeah, whenever I feel I'm gonna just be as safe as I can until Tuesday, when my 5 days of prescription runs out. So anyway, hopefully it all go good. Isaac has about 2 brain cells. This isn't worth a response. I'm not going to respond to his response. I don't like an infinite mirror situation. You know what I'm talking about? Carbstrong crushed him a while ago, and he continues to repeat his stupidity. Yeah, I crushed Butterfield too, and that doesn't stop stupidity from repeating itself. So anyway, yeah, even right now, I'm not. Let's see, what are you saying there? What's that, late model? You take very little supplements, pills, and potions. Yeah, just a couple supplements. Anyway, wow, Heidi, you found a rock in your Trader Joe's kitchery? Wow, that's a problem. How did a rock get into a food processing place? That's messed up. But anyway, I'm just taking it easy. No gym. Obviously, I haven't gone to the gym this week. Just taking it easy, trying to rest, let my body use all its energy into healing rather than recovering from workouts and basketball and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm with you too, late model. Yeah, B12, vitamin D. I don't take it daily. It's in my multi, I guess. So I guess I get it kind of daily, but I don't take anything daily. That's what some people think. Oh, you vegans gotta take all these careful supplements all the time. I just take them whenever, and it seems to work out. Hey, Fallon, and did you just join us? Hey, Nikki. I haven't said hi to y'all. That's why rice and lentils should always be rinsed. Yeah, absolutely true, Bill. 100%. Yeah, amongst other reasons, but yeah, rinse your stuff. Yeah, I gotta watch salty stuff. Isn't that Trader Joe's lentil thing kind of salty? I remember, so I gotta avoid just spicy things, like salt's in that category too. Just trying to eat bland for right now. That's why soy sauce is off the table for the time being, just because the saltiness. I mean, I'll get back to all that. I'm not trying to like change my diet permanently or anything like that. But yeah, trying to watch out. I think already, just compared to your average American or Western person, whatever, I think I'm already like doing fine with my current diet before I'm tweaking it right now. It's already low salt, My medication too says make sure you're not like drinking dairy. It doesn't like calcium and calcium supplements or anything like that. So I'm not going to take my multi, at least nowhere around the window when I take the antibiotic. A lot of things. It's like, wow, you got to really dial it in to like make this all work out. But anyway, I'm going to dial in because I want to get back to normal again, be healthy, and just be myself. Yeah, Peter. What Paul's describing there, I'm sure is a mathematical truth. It's called the law of large numbers. Yeah, less people get sick from raw milk than pasteurized milk or vegan milk because, yeah, the volume of people who drink raw milk is so slow. I like to see the per capita measurement on that. Amount of people that get sick, say, per 100, users or drinkers or whatever. Okay, cool. The government's not going to track 4 sources of bacterial contamination common in raw milk. All right, more reason not to drink that crap, right? Just reading all the stuff you guys said here. Wow, AJ said she just read Nikki's comment about the beef. Gross. Let me see if I can see that comment. Let's see. Just spoke to one of my brothers this evening, and I'm disappointed that he is now buying something called ancestral ground beef that has organs ground onto it. That's what our ancestors ate. They ground organs onto their beef. They didn't even have beef back then. There weren't even cows, It's such a marketing thing to appeal to people's, I'm tough, wild, ancient man or something like that. They're the healthiest people in the world. And, we all know that's a bunch of nonsense. Average lifespan's like 1/3 of ours. Does he really say that? Does RFK really say we need to drink raw milk and eat nothing but meat? Really, like a mono diet of those things? Wow. I know he's like into that stuff. I never heard he's like recommending that people eat that. Yeah, there's so much nonsense everywhere. Yeah, Graven's like been gone for a while now, huh? And Food's been just coming and going when he can. Even diet anthropologists dispute this ancestors diet BS. Yeah, because there's no such thing as what our ancestors ate. It depends on so many factors. Like, first of all, what time period? Are we talking people from 5,000 years ago? 10,000 years ago? 100,000 years ago? We want to go back further, from Homo sapien to Homo erectus, like a few 100,000 years ago. When you go back to Australopithecus, a couple million years ago, and then where in the world are we talking? What latitude? Were they by an ocean or in the mountains? There's no such thing as what our ancestors ate. It's all over the place. They adapted to what was available so they could survive another day and to reproduce. It wasn't like now, I think I'm going to try this diet out or what have you. It was like, I'm going to try the ancestor diet out. They didn't make decisions like that. Yeah, some cave people lived around the aurochs, the original cattle that were, bred to be our current cattle. But yeah, a lot of ancient peoples lived in areas that didn't have those animals as well. Yeah, maybe Dr. Bear will pop by too. We will see. Hey, Johnny Bravo, welcome. The 30 years diet, like the 30 lived to see 30 diet, huh? What did the original K-pop people? What are you talking about there? The topic right now, M3W, is we're talking about the we're laughing at when people say, "Oh, I'm eating the ancestral diet." They assume that means eating a ton of meat or organs or something like that. I mean, there's no such ancestral diet. We just discussed the reasons why that's just a fantasy, you know. I mean, yeah, sure, our ancestors ate food, but they ate a diverse diet depending on where they were located, the climate, because there's been ice ages and stuff like that. Anyway, hey, Hardly 10 Man Adonis, thank you for our first super chat tip of the night. Just got off work. New vegan cafe in Petersburg, Virginia. Awesome. Are you there right now, or you just got back from that? Or you just wanted to share that you got one because you're stoked? But thanks, Hardly 10 Man. Oh, and thank you, AJ. Thanks so much. I will put those cult dues, AJ, into like just buying me some more. It's gonna
Weekly
speak.
cult dues.
I'll put that into buying me some more healthy but bland foods to get me through the week or so as my bladder or whatever cures up from whatever's going on. I'm not a medical doctor. But thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Peter, and thanks, AJ. Much appreciated. Because I haven't been able to work my normal self, this week. Just been sitting around feeling like crap for a few days. I felt great yesterday. Like, oh, cool, I'm cured. I mean, if I feel this great Thursday, I'm going to feel awesome Friday. I don't really feel any better. I maybe feel a tad less energetic today. So, yeah, I'm glad I got the proper antibiotics now. Oh, thanks, Allison. Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. Now that I've got the right ones, I have every reason to think, it's going to get all handled. Oh, the worst is when your stomach rebels. No, my stomach's been pretty tight, pretty solid. In fact, I've had a really, good appetite this entire time. I've never just said, food sucks right now. So, so those are all good signs. Let's see. Yeah, but I tell you, it's weird. I've never had an infection like this before, so it's all just kind of new, weird, and a little scary. Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, the doctor visit and script. Yeah, I was fully covered by insurance on this one, so that's cool. Yeah, hopefully that won't get taken away with all these free monies were given to billionaires and super wealthy people. Hopefully I'll still have my medical insurance. I hope so, Late Model. Thanks for the reassurance. It's weird. I've never had anything. I've never had an infection like this before, a bladder or UTI infection. This is new, so it's just kind of like, whoa, what's going on? I'm just really in touch with my body. I'm glad I went as soon as I did. I learned later a lot of people don't go. They just don't take it seriously. They blame it on other things. And when I knew I was peeing a little bit more than normal, going to the bathroom a little bit more, I knew something was off because I'm like a machine. I know exactly how my muscles should feel and everything. I know how often I go to the bathroom, and I was going a little bit more than normal, especially a little bit after that. I tell you, after that bad oat milk coffee thing. So I figured, yeah, there's probably something going on there. There's probably some kind of bacteria I got from that milk, and it's making me pee and stuff. So I figured I should go. I should just, hopefully, I was hoping when I went Tuesday to the doctor, they're going to say, oh, you're fine. It's like, you didn't need to come. I would have loved to hear that, but no, I was right. I hope so. It's actually kind of scary. This is bad bacteria running rampant in me, like, whoa, attacking organs and stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's just, hopefully it's all good. I know this happens all the time. People are okay with it. They get over it. it's a first for me. So I'm just kind of, I'm just, I've been just so freaking blessed having pretty good health for a while, so it's just kind of weird, like, oh, there's a setback that's not like a cold or flu or even COVID or something like that, just something else, something that I didn't catch from someone coughing on me or whatever. Yeah, Carl, I know about antibiotic resistance. I hope that's not the case yet. I hope my antibiotics are effective. Nikki, you remember your first UTI? You were doubled over after picking up your antibiotics, you mean the antibiotics made you feel worse? Tell me more about that, because I told you when I started the first antibiotics on Tuesday, she didn't know which ones to give me because they didn't know which strain the bacteria was. Anyway, I felt pretty good after the first antibiotics on Tuesday, but on the second day, I actually felt worse. That was the worst I felt all week, and I kind of read that's often normal. It's like an immune system response, not like a side effect of the antibiotics. Let me know if if any of you guys had an experience like that, where you feel great or better on the first day of antibiotics, and the second day is like, whoa, this is rough a little bit. Oh no, you waited too long to get them, and the pain was from the UTI. Okay, I haven't. Yeah, okay, that's you then. Okay, yeah, you were doing that thing with the doctor. Said a lot of people wait too long because yeah, I didn't really have any pain. She poked me around the belly and sides and stuff like that. No, I don't feel any pain. I feel totally, she's pressed. I said you can press harder, no pain or anything like that. So hopefully we're catching it relatively early. Peter, I have no idea what's going to go up with healthcare. I have no idea. I have no idea how much money I have to give the billionaires to keep being billionaires, and how much I have to give up, So I have no idea. Yeah, Evil Steven, yeah, I checked and I really should be as good as like kimchi and sauerkraut are for you being probiotics. The fermentedness of them don't jive well with my stomach situation right now. I mean, they'll have some good things for my stomach right now, but they'll be equally like things that irritate it and upset it right now. So yeah, as much as I'd like to, yeah, I was looking into all day like what sorts of foods are okay for me right now. I got to stay away from those. Yeah, once I'm healthy, I'll load up on some good probiotic foods and stuff like that. I love sauerkraut and stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna just not irritate the stomach right now. I just want it to heal rather than be pissed off at me. Yeah, I know. I know antibiotics are not good for your good stomach bacteria, but the thing is, you just can't let the bad bacteria live and take root. They're setting up shop. I think my bladder. She says next it can go to the kidneys, and there it gets more complicated, more scary. I don't want to have my kidneys effed with, to be honest with you. So, I mean, yeah, if I blow out some good gut bacteria right now, great, they'll come back. I'll eat healthy, I'll take it chill and build it back up. But I definitely don't want to have like a kidney surgery or something like that. That's just no. You just got to weigh it all out, the pros and cons. And no, I'm okay with having some good bacteria gone at the expense of the stuff that could put me in the hospital. Those bacteria need to go. They need to go, and they need to go now. What'd you read there, Nikki? I just read A Vegetarian History in America. Really interesting and recommend. Never heard of that, huh? Oh, Uncle, what's that? You figure that out when you feel a little yucky with a slight fever. It's usually you just having a kidney stone, getting infected. It goes away in a couple days. Cool. I'm not cool that you have a kidney stone. I'm cool that the infection goes away. I'll check it out, Samuel, but I'm not going to stop my antibiotic treatment. I'm not going to risk my kidneys and stuff like that. But I'll check it out. I'll look up D Manos. Let's see. What's that, AJ? Your fave vegan actor is fit but has cute love handles? That's sweet. It's a year. What's that? Tin Man. It's a year and 3 months. Okay, that restaurant you told me about. What was the name again? Let's see. You put it here. New Vegan Cafe in Petersburg. You said it's a year and 3 month old restaurant. You worked a restaurant called Wabi Sabi. Working Wabi Sabi was one of the most uncomfortable places you ever worked. So happy with your. Oh, so you actually work there? Hardly, Tin Man. You work at the vegan restaurant? Late model, 6-pack abs freak you out. Yeah, I've never looked at a person with 6-pack abs like a dude and say, ooh, I want those. Or I never looked at a lady or chick or girl, whatever, and say, ooh, she has 6-pack abs, but ooh, I'm totally into that. I'm not a 6-pack ab person either. I mean, yeah, having flat abs, cool, but having like chiseled, sculpted abs, it's interesting. It looks like an old like Greek statue or something like that. It's cool for what it is, but yeah, it's not the aesthetic of that everyone aspires to, and a lot of people just can't. The genetics, you have to be favorable for that, and yeah, you often need to not eat an unhealthy low amount of food, typically, not always, but yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, late model. Yeah, I was reading about cranberry juice, and the studies seem kind of mixed on that. And the cranberries could actually, actually have an irritating effect on what's going on right now for me. What's that, Bill, with all your health issues over the last few years and all you've read, done, and said? The only fact you know is we don't know shit. That sounds kind of true, huh? Yeah, kidney stones. I'm so glad I don't have that. But yeah, I feel sorry for Uncle. I didn't realize you had kidney stones. You probably told me before here and I totally forgot. Kind of vegan. Ever researched rife? I don't know what you're talking about there. Samuel, I'm never gonna have a bladder infection again. I'm gonna make sure whatever I did this time, like if I just, I should have figured out what was going on about that bad oat milk coffee because there was a weird smell in the refrigerator and we couldn't figure out what it was. We're like, is it these vegetables? No, they're fine. We're just trying to. I should have expanded my search better, and I was just lazy. And then when I had that sip of the bad milk coffee, it's like, I should have spit it out right away. I think I just I ingested it like a dumb shit. So no, I've learned my lesson. Smell and then have a sip, and if it sucks, just spit it right out. Even if it goes onto the floor, I'd rather clean up a mess off the floor than have to go to the doctors and all this crap and feel like crap. So yeah, I'm never gonna get another infection. I'm gonna try my best to do all the things I have control over to not let that happen again. So I'm learning something. It's cool. I'm trying to take some positive out of this. Oh, wow, Bill, I didn't realize you were dealing with kidney stones, so you probably told us too, and I forgot about that. That sounds so horrible. Kidney stones sounds so horrible and painful. Carmichael, oh, you just joined. Yeah, I've been talking about my medical situation. Yeah, I got diagnosed with a urinary tract infection. So I've had a weird week. I felt great yesterday, pretty bad Wednesday, but fortunately, I got a message from my doctor that identified the exact strain of bacteria, and she prescribed a different antibiotic that kicks that one's ass. So I just started that today. Yeah, that's how I think, Heidi, too. The fact this is my first one. I'm 58 years old, and I've never had one in my life, so I think that's pretty good, People say it must be the vegan diet, huh, Carmichael? But, I've been vegan for 15 years, and, as I mentioned earlier, the doctor said, yeah, she sees this pretty much every day. I don't think it's a bunch of vegans going to see her every day. It just happens to people, it just happens all the time. So, anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at right now, guys. I know you're joking, Carmichael. I know, that's why I said that voice and I laughed. I wasn't making fun of you, but I know it's a people. I know when I came on, I said, Angie said, you're going to tell them about your situation? I said, yeah, I will. And I'll joke about how idiots like VD will make a video saying it's because I'm vegan. Like, there are no meat eaters who ever get like bladder infections. It's impossible. Just some bullshit like that, which is laughable. Oops. Yeah, I'm drinking the water. Got to stay super hydrated. Flush this crap out. I bet you, Heidi, after cancer, it was probably the most frightening thing. No health ailment phases you. Yeah, for me, this is like, for me, it's kind of a big deal. It's all relative, what you're used to experiencing, what you have experienced. So I've been just kind of paranoid a little bit the whole time, But yeah, awesome. Yeah, amen, Heidi. I'm so glad. Yeah, you survived and kicked it. What's that, Peter? Paul Saladino? He had a medical incident? Let's see. And he went to the hospital and everyone did well. It's because you're vegan. What's that? Paul Saladino had a medical incident and went to the hospital and everyone did well. So what happened? I don't understand there. Oh yeah. And Gerbivore, yeah, I remember he had a medical incident, had to go to the hospital, and people said it was vegan. I remember he's like trolling. He wasn't revealing why he was in the hospital. He just wanted all the trolls to say, oh, it's because he's vegan. It's like, no, I had a true bona fide medical issue. It had nothing to do. It's an issue that happens to anyone. I wonder why people think when you're vegan, you're not going to get sick. Like if we look at the definition of veganism here, it says if you eat this way because if you're concerned about animal rights and cruelty and all that, you will make yourself like 100, near like sick proof. You're not going to get a cold or flu, let alone any diseases that non-vegans get. No, it's like, why do people think that? I think the reason is that your average layperson only sees veganism as a diet. and they think, oh, well, there's only two things a diet can do, and they're in most lay people's minds. They're not thinking it's out of any kind of ethics or morality or anything. They think, okay, people choose a diet to either lose weight or be super healthy, and they know. Even though they'll deny it, they know in the back of their minds that they know that eating meat is associated with some not so great things. So they think, oh, if you're not eating meat, you're not going to get sick. Well, you can still get a freaking bladder infection. You can still break your arm. Eating plants doesn't save you from everything. It doesn't save you from too much, actually. So it's funny how people will like blame a diet that doesn't say it's the healthiest diet in the world anywhere in its definition. And no proper vegan should say that. I've never seen any study that says, yeah, this is vegan diet is the healthiest diet known to humankind. I've never seen a definitive study make any conclusion like that. That on the other hand, I'm not saying it's unhealthy by any stretch. I'm not saying that. For instance, we all know that there's health organizations from all around the world have made position statements based on evidence, based on studies, saying that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and can be followed safely by all people, as long as you don't do something stupid. You have to have a sensible, balanced vegan diet, as opposed to, I'm just going to eat oranges or, whatever. I'm just going to drink juice all day. So, yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, nowhere there to say, and vegan diets are the healthiest in the world. Notice how none of them say that, and all research and science indicates that going plant-based or vegan is the healthiest diet, which means you can't get sick. In fact, you'll live to 1,000. Nothing. There's nothing of the sort. It's funny how people try to say bad things, the fact that someone gets sick, like me or Hinch Herbivore or something like that, got sick, says something negative about the vegan diet being it's like a bad, unhealthy diet or something like that. Everyone gets sick on any diet. So anyway, well, you have 7 diseases now, Bill. I'm so sorry. Carl, you had a heart attack while eating the standard American diet, Carl. Nobody blames that diet, even though it's largely to blame. Well, yeah, a lot of the plant-based doctors point out that a lot of the dietary preferences of the standard American diet, can increase your risk for a heart attack for sure. That's cool, Carmichael. You don't have to tune in. If you really want to see what we talked about, you can watch it back on playback later on, on demand, and you can see me talking a little bit more detail about my doctor visits and stuff like that this week. It was really one doctor visit, 2 trips to the pharmacist. One Tuesday after I went to the doctor, and one today to get the correct antibiotic for my particular bacterial strain. Yeah, it is medical night, basically. And Timothy, you're absolutely right. Yeah, vegan diet is actually the healthiest diet for animal safety, 100%. Yeah, I can't deny that at all. What's that sound me? You don't order food online or from Amazon, you get packages tampered with. Where at? In the factory or at your door or porch or something like that? But yeah, I typically don't order food as well. Yeah. In fact, Angie, being a chef and kind of picky about things, she likes to pick out her own produce and, anyway, I totally get it. You feel like you're up at your parents' late model? I'm sorry about that. Talking about all these ailments and stuff. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, hey, Don. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat tip. Much appreciated, guys. Really, really helps me out since I didn't make a video this week. So, other than this one, but as I don't count the live stream in my, I try to make 2, a live stream every Friday, and then 1 video coming out usually Wednesday or Thursday that covers some topic about veganism, often about misinformation about veganism. But thank you, guys. But yeah, that's true, Bill. I used to have Instacart for a long time, couple years maybe, and yeah, I haven't had too many issues other than maybe they brought us someone else's stuff. We didn't order cheese or something. Why do we have this? I forgot what happened. I think we just gave it to someone. No, maybe it's through. I don't remember anymore. It was 2-3 years ago, probably longer than that. And sometimes they don't bring you what you ask for. It's just it's little issues like that. But for the most part, yeah, pretty good. Uncle, you're fighting with Streamlabs, hiding people's comments and overriding it by manually showing them. Streamlabs seems overly picky. Really? Oh, I didn't see too many comments getting hidden away. Huh, interesting. Oh, just do your thing, Uncle. It's all good. Yeah, if there's people trying to fight with me tonight, I'm just not in the mood. That's why I made this a really friendly, positive title for tonight's live stream. What do I call it? Like, hey, vegans, let's chat. Let's hang. Yeah, you can relate, model. Yeah, if we can. Yeah, if it's always a little better to pick out your own produce if you can. But if you can't, for whatever reason, you're sick, get it delivered. What's that, Hutchie? You do both. You go to the store every few days, but you order online too. I kind of go back and forth between there's a couple markets I can walk to within a few minutes, but 5-ish minutes or whatever. And just to get things where, maybe I need 3 items or 1 item or 10 items. It's something I can carry in 1 or 2 bags, 2 hands, that's cool. And then there's markets that are further away where they have more stuff that we'll drive to once every week or so. So I do a lot of walking. Like today when I got back from the pharmacist and I saw the dietary things that go along with this new antibiotic. Okay, we got to really make sure we just nail this bland, healthy, whole food, plant-based diet right now. So I went stocked up on a bunch of sweet potatoes. That is a wonderful food to eat right now. And bananas are wonderful as well, thank God. That's the best fruit to be eating right now. So I'm just being overly cautious. I know most people, when they get these dietary guidelines for their drugs, they don't give a shit, but I just want it all to work, because I tell you, I'm a little scared. I just want it all to work. I want to give it the best chance to just get me back to normal. I want to eat my regular, less bland food soon and go to the gym and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I missed the gym both days this week. I didn't go last Friday because I was ill. Next week, I doubt I'll go Tuesday because that'll be the last day of my antibiotics. I still should take it easy. Then on Friday next week is Black Friday. It's a weird day to go. Everyone's off and free and stuff like that. I like to go when the gym's kind of chill so I can work on my drills and shooting. So I'm going to be really out of shape, I'm going to really just be feeling it when I start going back to the gym in December, assuming I'm all good and stuff by then. So anyway, yeah, it's rough, but I guess it's good. It lets some lingering injuries, mild injuries, heal up, hopefully. So, it can't be a bad thing to give your body a periodic kind of long-term break, it's not bad. But anyway, your fitness suffers. But yeah, you can regain fitness relatively quickly. It's just going to be, it's going to be rough at first. And especially when you're old, the older you get, the tougher it is. When you lose that fitness, the tougher it is to get it back and more work you got to put into it. And anyway, it's all good. This is my path I'm on right now. I accept it. Luciano, you're exhausted? Why is that? Is it because you're vegan? No, just joking. Hope you're okay, Luciano. Yeah, Allison, sweet potatoes. Yeah, man, we haven't been eating sweet potatoes much at all. So yeah, I'm excited to have more sweet potatoes over the next few days. Angie did a lot. She went over and above today to really just find out what foods I can eat, and what do we have right now as far as ingredients? What should we get at the market? Trying to plan out enough food to get us through tonight, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then after then I should be able to start easing a few things back in, Sucks that I went to the market. We spent a decent amount at the market on Monday, then went to the doctor on Tuesday and found out I had the urinary tract infection and found out, you got to eat differently. So, oh well, it's all good. That's, sucks, but, getting cured and getting healthy is the best. Yeah, beans are fine. As long as you don't have them processed with spices or stuff like that, But some spicy things are actually okay, like turmeric and cumin. I guess that's why Dr. Greger is all into it. They're fine. They're anti-inflammatory. So yeah, that's one spicy thing I can have is those two things, turmeric and cumin. Yeah, anything that's spicy is typically bad, like peppers and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, salt is not great either. Right now, I'm not a salt, fearing person, but right now I'm going to try to go as low to no salt as I can. like my almonds that I got at the market last time. I was thinking, oh, maybe I got to lower the salt right now. And unfortunately, I got some roasted but unsalted almonds, and those are hitting the spot. What's that, AJ? You were so disappointed you bought purple sweet potatoes that you thought were Japanese, but they were orange ones on the inside. Oh, do they not taste as good for you? I actually don't remember the flavor difference between purple and the orange ones. What's that? You love the Stokes purple sweet potatoes? Is that a brand or something like that? I don't have any potato brands that I know or anything like that. What's that, Peter? You felt really sick about a year ago and you had some stomach issues, so you quit eating onions and garlic. And those are on the list of foods I shouldn't be eating right now. So that's easy. I can imagine your average person, I told you, would have a hell of a time right now. Fortunately, a lot of these foods I can't eat, I don't eat. But there are still a lot I do like. So you quit eating onions and garlic and a few other ingredients and took some medication and started to feel better. Wow. That was just a year ago, huh? Cool. It's actually getting a little warm in this room, which is actually nice. It's been so cold, guys. I don't know if you guys, you don't know, but it's been like raining since I saw you guys last Friday. Seriously, we had a crazy ass storm come through last weekend, and then then it rained again like last night and the day before. We got like for us like a third to half of the year's like total rainfall in just this 1 week here. It's been cloudy, it's been cold, it's been raining. It's been the coldest it's been like all year since like January of earlier this year. But it's been cold and freezing here. And it's just been making me feel even worse. Not that I need hot weather or anything like this, just because I'm ill, not feeling great. And then having to be cold. So your body, our house, I told you, is like 100 years old. So it's not built great for being efficient. So it gets really cold when it's in the wintertime. So the house is cold. I'm feeling weird because my body's shit going wrong. And it's been tough. I wish I had gotten sick during like autumn more when the weather was better. But anyway, yeah, all that water is coming out of the sky, Uncle. Yeah, I saw my mom's backyard was kind of flooded. Fortunately, we got off pretty good here. From what I could tell, other areas got hammered, particularly like where the burn scars were in the Palisades. But yeah, in our area, how about you, Uncle? It wasn't as bad from what I saw on the news. Some areas really got rocked. Long Beach and I think the South Bay got spared some of the worst of that crazy storm. Well, that sounds good, Hutchie. Sweet potatoes split open with black beans. Yeah, I guess we need to like expand our sweet potato recipes. Because, yeah, that's one food that we're not like experts in or anything like that. Experts, meaning that we've cooked, them extensively over the years and decades. Allison, your stepmom is allergic to onions and garlic. Wow, I wonder if she's like bummed about that. For me, I would be, oh, okay, I can deal with that. But sorry to hear that. It's never fun to be forced to not have something like that. I don't know what pizza strips are. No, please just share with us what pizza strips are, Carmichael. Yeah, Nikki doesn't know either. Timothy loves sweet potatoes. Oh, you're slightly allergic to white flesh potatoes, but sweet potatoes are fine. Huh? Interesting. Yeah, I'm fine with all manners of starches. I can't think of any that disagree with my body. Let's see, Samuel. So it sounds like you gave some big theory to ChatGPT. Let me see if I can scroll up a little bit about gravity, living inside a black hole. Wow, that's some wild stuff there. Yeah, I don't really use ChatGPT anymore. You know what I don't like about them? First of all, I don't into like Sam Altman. It seems like I just don't want to support his business, but it just seems there's so much going on. Like their Sora video thing. It's so much of CPU processing power to make those stupid little videos. But they let people have that for free. You can make like 30 Soras a day. That's crazy because when you use ChatGPT just, to chat into it with, text, which is way less resource heavy, than like making videos. They let you ask like 5 questions a day. It's like stupid, so you're letting people F around, waste all your funding and energy on making stupid videos. But if people have real questions, you're going to limit them to like 5 or 6 questions. And unless they want to pay $20 or $200 a month, screw that shit. So anyway, yeah, I rarely use ChatGPT, but yeah, I do have a couple saved threads on there that are kind of helpful, involving music and stuff like that. It's pretty knowledgeable about music theory, music gear, stuff like that. But yeah, like Gemini, Google's, it's never kicked me off. In fact, that's how I was getting a lot of the information about what foods are good, considering, what I've got going on in my body right now. So anyway, all large language models, Carl, can suffer from being confidently wrong. They're statistical machines trained to predict the next word or token to output, and they're not rewarded typically for being wrong. That's what's wrong with these cloud models, these ones where you guys, we can all go to go to the Gemini app or website or ChatGPT or what have you. It's hard to train it and focus it in the way you want. That's what's really cool about running local models like I've been doing now for a few months. I have one that I use specifically as like my everyday just basic model, and I use it specifically for music, creative help. Like I call it my harmonic muse. You can tell it exactly. You can feed it your own information. You can feed it. There's this thing called open music theory. It's exactly what it's called. It's just like basically a music theory book that's written by proper music theory professors from prestigious schools. And yeah, I uploaded that to it, and I trained it on that knowledge. And then in the system prompt, which you don't have access to on these cloud models, these frontier models, you can tell it exactly what kind of person you want it to be. That's how, have you seen those weird videos online where it looks like ChatGPT thinks it's a god or a deity or whatever, an alien or something like that? I was wondering how people did that. They're messing around with trying to make a system prompt. They're engineering the prompt, the user prompt, but if you have your own local model, you have access to something called the system prompt, where you can tell it, hey, you are a creative partner in Ryan's songwriting. I have all this thing. It's like 300 words, and I direct it as how I want it to be. It's awesome. It's totally cool. And it's free. It's super efficient. I'm not hitting the cloud. It's running on my really efficient Apple Silicon here, which is designed for cell phones. It's not, it's not like a graphics card or something like that. So yeah, it's really cool. AI can be cool. Large language models can be cool. What you're seeing in the cloud is one way of seeing AI, but there's a whole there's other ways how you can use AI. And I've been really digging my music model. In fact, I was working with it yesterday on this new song I'm working on. Because for me, what's really helpful for me is that in the past, let me put it like this. A lot of the songs I make have jazzy chord extensions. They're not your basic rock and roll chords. I have a basic understanding of jazz harmony music theory, but it's limited. In the past, I would call up some of my jazz friends and, hey, can you do on an E minor chord? Can I play this F sharp? No, I wouldn't know, because it seems like it's not in the scale, but it sounds cool. I can work with my harmonic muse AI that I created to help me out with this stuff, explain the theory to me, and it's really cool. So anyway, yeah, not all AI is bad. I'm finding it quite helpful to help me work through chord progressions and make my songs richer with better phrasings and chord progressions. Anyway, enough of that. That's just something I've been interested in for a bit now. I've been working on this project for a few months to get this local model of mine just dialed in, and I think I got it now. Yeah, and actually, I think Gemini is more reliable late model. In fact, Gemini was helping me with my harmonic muse model. In fact, I had Gemini just a day or two ago give me some. After we tweaked out the system prompt, I asked Gemini, give me a few questions that I can feed into my local model to see if it really understands some more nuanced music theory stuff. And we found a couple errors, but we were able to correct them in the system prompt. And it fixed it, So Gemini's been extremely helpful in me just dialing in my my local AI. I joke about it. I'm using AI to help me build a better AI at home. It's cool. Anyway, it's not all bad. I'm not like saying I'm an AI like enthusiast or something. I'm not gonna like go out and tell the world AI is gonna be great for humanity. I have no freaking clue how that's gonna work, but yeah, using AI to help you build better. In fact, I've been using Gemini too to help me tweak my system settings, my systems for how I train it on my local like open music theory database and stuff like that, tweaking all the settings so it works better. Yeah, Gemini's been really good with me on that. I mean, ChatGPT can do it too, but it kicks you off after like 3 questions. So yeah, Gemini doesn't care. You can ask stuff all day and it's pretty cool. Yeah, AJ, I just saw how on Grok, that's Elon Musk's AI that his company XAI developed. It says that Elon Musk is like one of the most brilliant men in the history of humanities, on the same level as like Leonardo da Vinci and other geniuses like that. It's like, holy shit, wow. Like being the richest guy in the world's not enough. You have to make an AI to let the world know that you're this amazing once in a century or two kind of genius. Wow, what a weird person. But yeah, I just saw that. I think today that Grok was claiming that about him. Wow. Yeah, I don't know where the origin of the name Grok. I think he just did it to be silly, but who knows. Well, how do we get to politics all of a sudden there, Timothy? There are Republicans who don't want Trump representing the party. Trump is not honorable, and I don't trust him. You're a Republican, right? Is that right? Because I know not all Republicans agree with a lot of the crap that's been going on since this new term has happened. I don't want to start a political thing here, but yeah, I mean. Yeah, the policies going on in this administration are totally different than what was going on, say, those of us are older remember, like say when George W. became president, that was different, it's worse now, I think, more hardcore. Grok is his ego booster. Yeah, sure seems to be. If it tells the world that, Grok's founder is like on par with Leonardo da Vinci and I forgot what other big names were in there. Michelangelo, Galileo, Sir Isaac Newton, stuff like that. People have attributed, like that to humanity of that magnitude. He's a doorknob. Are you talking about him too? Yeah, I'm not too impressed with Elon. I mean, remember that video he made with Joe Rogan saying that animal agriculture would have no effect on the environment. It has such a little environmental impact. Shows you what a stupid, dumb shit Elon Musk is. He thinks he's a genius in all things. And he makes it sound like he's so smart because he's technical. Like, he provided no evidence, no data to support that it would make zero impact when the data actually shows there is. In fact, it's miserable. You can measure how much extra carbon dioxide and other things are a result of animal agriculture. But he said immeasurable. Like, nope, this right there, he's dead wrong. But he has no problem going on Joe Rogan and telling the whole world, all the Joe Rogan psycho fans, saying, hey, yeah, I heard Elon Musk say that, so it must be true. He's the smartest man since, like, Einstein was one of the people, too, that Grok compared him to. He's the smartest guy since Einstein, I'm not going to listen to that Ryan guy. He's stupid. He gets bladder infections. Peter, I didn't hear that Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaving Congress and resigning next year because of Trump. I thought maybe some of her recent posturing is to actually run as the Republican nominee for 2028, I guess that would be. Did any of you guys hear that she's going to drop out? I didn't hear that. You just saw that too? Okay, wow. You guys have heard that? Wow. And she might do that as well. So she's either going to drop out or run for the GOP nomination. One or the two. Interesting. Wow, it's in the news. You think that's Gronk? It's official on January 15th. She's gonna. Oh yeah. Then she could drop out and focus all her time purely on a campaign for the presidency, if that's what her goal is. Interesting. See, I haven't been following the news, especially that I'm sick. I'm just dealing with other shit right now. So, anyway. I wonder if she's getting death threats. That's just fucked up. I'm sorry about my language there. I mean, shows you what a cult we got going on right now. If someone speaks bad about the leader, you get death threats. You can't have open discussion, without people wanting to threaten you. That's messed up. I'm not supporting her. I'm not saying she's has a great platform of ideas or anything like that. Most of the stuff she says, I'm going, whoa, what the heck? But I support her as a person. That should be able to speak his or her mind and not get death threats for it. That's not what America's about. That's not what democracy's about. It's yeah, we shouldn't death threat people that say things you don't like. That's effed up. I heard something about death threats about Democrats too. What kind of wacky shit? See, I can't watch the news right now. It's got to heal. I got to get healthy. I can't get pissed off at seeing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, it's all a shit show. I agree with you, late model. Heidi, you think Vance Rubio will run in 28? I wonder if Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to run too. Or is Trump going to try to say he deserves a third term as a president? Or is he going to try to run as a vice president? Because I don't think that's forbidden by the Constitution explicitly. I'm not sure. And then probably just take over the show. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Everything's just kind of weird right now. I don't know how to put it other than that as far as our politics and our democracy stand. I mean, it's weirder now than it's ever been in my 58 years. Well, I can't remember the first years of my life, obviously, but, in the 50 years or 40 years I've been an adult. What's that, Timothy? Do you think Elon fell into some kooky notions just before he took over X? It was a long time before that. I realized that guy was weird. Elon. I used to think he was kind of cool a long time ago, but I realized he was weird. Remember when those boys were stuck in a cave in Thailand, and the rescuers couldn't get him out, and he designed some kind of weird submarine or something like that he proposed, here, rescue the kids in this submarine. Anyway, the guy who ended up executing or planning the actual rescue, Musk, instead of congratulating him, well, thanks for stepping up, he called him a pedophile. I go, what the hell? Where did that come from? Why are we doing that kind of fight and jab right now? Some kids' lives got saved. This is amazing. And you're taking a punch, trying to knock down the guy who saved him because you didn't? That's how fragile your ego is. So I realized that was the first time I go, wait, this guy's not the guy who I thought he was. I thought he was this cool, what he portrays himself to be, like the Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. dude, what's that character? I don't watch Marvel stuff much, but he's Tony Stark. He's not like that. He's not a good person. We have a troll. I'm not ready for a troll right now, but let's see. Son Skeleton, I once heard about vegans, now I only eat meat. That doesn't even make any sense. Is that a large logical argument? I once heard about vegans, therefore I now eat meat. I mean, do you have anything that makes sense? Do you have anything you want to discuss? Or do you come here to display that your cognitive abilities aren't really on the highest level? So let us know if you have something you want to say that's remotely a reason why you think veganism is debunked or bad or something like that. Do you have any strong evidence or argument against veganism? If you have, present it in a semi cordial way, non-asshole way, and we can maybe talk about it. If not, my moderators, and I have two awesome moderators, will kick your ass far away from here. So it's up to you. Unless they already booted your ass too. They might have already, because they know I'm probably not feeling it right now. Oh, did you boot him? Thank you, guys. Thanks. I'm just not in the mood right now, to be honest with you. I'm not feeling it tonight. I got to save my energy. I'd rather feel better chilling with you guys. It's funny. The first night, I don't put a challenge me on veganism thing in the title, and then someone comes in and says that kind of thing. Okay, he's timed out now to think about what he's saying. Okay, well, if he wants to present some kind of argument or evidence against veganism, fine, do it in a semi-cordial way, a just civil way. Don't be an a-hole is all I'm asking. If you want to present a non-a-hole argument or evidence against veganism, totally cool, But if you're sitting here, oh, I heard about veganism, now I only eat meat, that's not an argument. That's nothing. That's just being stupid. So, but maybe you got off on the wrong foot. Now you know what we expect here. So yeah, an argument or evidence. If you have that, present it. If not, go somewhere else. Nikki, thanks for coming, Nikki. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, Timothy. Yeah, Elon's Neuralink thing, where he's putting chips in the brains of pigs and eventually I think primates too. And no, that's when that was after the whole him calling the rescuer a pedophile. And by the time he's putting chips in animals' brains, I'm going, F this guy, F him. And anyway, oh, you let me know what pizza strips are. Can you paste it again? Can you find it, Carmichael? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I'll look up here, but I don't see it. I don't see. If you could paste it for me, that'd be helpful. Wow, usernames are changing. Let's see. Um, Late Model 9 has been Late Model 9 the whole time. Let's see, AJ, you've been 9579 this whole time, as best I can tell. I don't know. What's the intended function of the chips? Well, they say on the facing the public, that whole spiel that all .coms give, making the world a better place by providing client-facing solutions to cloud infrastructure. Their pitch is that it's to help people with disabilities and stuff like that. And it does. It's true. I've heard of people with some certain kinds of disabilities. They couldn't type or whatever. They can communicate through this chip and communicate their words out by text and stuff like that. Awesome. That's totally cool. But they're not doing it for that noble purpose to help people with disabilities. They actually hope that someday humans are going to put these chips in their brains. I'm thinking, okay, if it ever got to that point. And I'm not going to put one made by Elon Musk. I mean, if anyone, maybe a company I trust, I'd rather not put one in my brain for anyway. But if there's a choice, I'm not going to take the one made by the Grok Tesla guy. Hell no, I'll pick anyone else's over that. But no, I hope to get through this life without ever having to put a chip in my brain. I think the goal is so you can communicate directly with the digital information out there in the world or something like that. Now I'll just use my freaking iPhone or iPad. I don't need to have my brain hacked by North Korea or whatever, or whoever, Russia, whoever's gonna, even a kid in his mom's bedroom in Nebraska could hack me. I don't want my brain open for attack. Travis, you want to see Elon get the chip? Yeah, I'd like to see him put his money where his mouth is too. If he'll actually put the Neuralink chip in him. Yeah, exactly. Imagine getting these chips. You start getting advertisements playing in your head. How do you hit skip to the next skip ad or something like that, huh? Sans, wait, wrong stream? Do you have a question? Oh. Yeah, this is not a stream to talk about weird stuff like that. Do you have anything you want to say about veganism? If not, yeah, this is probably not the right stream to talk about people unalive themselves or what the hell, this is a vegan live stream. Can you see the title of the stream here? It's about hanging and chilling with vegans tonight. What about a chocolate chip? Yeah, much safer than a neural chip. You're not going to get hacked on a chocolate chip. But I'm with you, Timothy. Call me old-fashioned too. I'm not putting a chip in my brain. I mean, I don't want to be a cyborg, I just want to be a human. AJ, you can see this government mandating chip implants. I think a lot of people on the right would be against that too, like the COVID denier, my body, my, whatever thing, I forgot what their mantra was, but I can see a lot of them being suspicious. If they're afraid to get, I'm not saying they're wrong, but if they're fearful or suspicious of a vaccine, putting a chip in your head is still putting these weird foreign objects, that never should be put in a human or animal brain in there with you, and all the weird things that can go wrong with that. I think a lot of people on both sides would be totally not into that. I don't know what they would do, but they wouldn't be like, yeah, sign me up, I'll put the Elon chip in. I'm sure all the Elon stands, the people that pay the money to be the checkmarked Twitter X people, I'm sure they'd all line up for that. But the rest of us, yeah, I'm gonna just keep a human brain as long as I can. Sons, do you have an actual question about like veganism? I don't know what you're talking about. Do eggs count as meat if it ain't fertile? I don't know what the hell you're. Do you have a real question about veganism? You know, like some criticism or comment, or are you just going to ask weird stuff? Hopefully I won't get to that, because I tell you, I think there'll be too many on their side that'll say F this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, we're going to have to move. What's that, Carl? You won't put a chip in your head, but you will put a pizza strip in your mouth. Yeah, Uncle, I guess the benefit, yeah, instant AI connection, huh? Let's see. Peter answered the guy's question. Yeah, eggs are not meat, but they are not vegan because they are the product of an animal's work. Bottom line is vegans do not eat products that involve, oops, wrong graphic. Let me do it one more time for you there, Sounds, if that's your name. Vegans do not eat food that is the product of animal cruelty and exploitation. So yeah, eggs come from animal exploitation. Chickens are making eggs for chickens. They're not making them for us. We're taking their stuff, the stuff that their bodies work so hard to make. We're taking it and using it for our purposes. We'll just eat plants. We don't have to exploit an animal to eat plants. So hopefully I made that explanation there clear enough for you, Sounds. What do you think of that? Sans thinks they're making smart comment about what? I haven't heard anything yet. Just like he doesn't understand if chickens are meat or not. Like, no, they're not meat. I mean, not egg. Yeah, chickens are meat. Eggs are not meat, but they are a product of animals. And taking a product of an animal, as I just said, is animal exploitation. If you don't believe me, we'll look up the definition of the word exploitation, and I'll show you. Yeah, Luciano. Because animals do not exist to be exploited. They exist just to do that, exist. Just like you and me and all of us here. We have inherent rights to not be exploited. And if someone does do that, they're violating our rights. Same thing for animals. They're sentient, they have agency, they make decisions, and just as we do. Maybe not all the same kinds, but they know what they're going to do. They're planning their actions as they move about through the world. The lava lamp is looking alert tonight. Cool. I remembered to turn it on a little earlier, maybe like 45 minutes before I started. So it's already going pretty hardcore before 6 o'clock. Oh, Heidi, hell, I can't wait to go eat a vegan pizza again. That's my goal. When I get healthy again, I'm going to go eat a non-vegan cheese, just like a mushroom pizza. I'm looking forward to that. So that's my goal. Take Angie out to a nice place where we can get a little mushroom pizza at. Timothy, mung beans are better than chicken periods. Mung beans referring to like the primary ingredient in just egg. That's how they made that very convincing egg-like product with mung beans. And I agree, much better than chicken periods. Wow, Bestie has a lava lamp signed by Lenny Kravitz? What's the story about that? Was it, I know your bestie did a lot of like interviews and recordings, stuff like that. It was Lenny in his studio? Like every studio has a lava lamp, so did Lenny sign your bestie's lava lamp? That's the plan, Peter. That's what I'm looking for. That's my goal. My goal is to get healthy enough so I can walk the enormous distance from parking off Disney because it's too expensive there, and the giant walk we got to make to get to the pizza place there to get that mushroom pizza. So hopefully, maybe next week sometime. We'll see. We'll figure it out. That's my goal. Let's see, Carmichael. Pizza strips, thank you, are just rectangular strips of dough with red pizza sauce smeared on the top, usually cut about 9 inches by 3 inches. Love them. Where do you get them at? Is it like a product? Like from a store? Do you make them yourself, or you have a place that sells them nearby? Just curious. Oh, Just Egg has way more protein than an egg. Oh, I never even bothered to compare. I bet they do, because mung beans or legumes. A well-known, great source of protein for people and vegans. Peter asked Sans to make his sentence English. Let me read a sentence here. Speaking of pizza, I order some, and it's OTW. What do you guys think? Now he's talking about playing Minecraft. Like, if you ever think about playing Minecraft, there are servers where you get banned for killing animals. I don't. Should we let him keep hanging out here or not, guys? You tell me what your thoughts are. Okay, Just Egg has 14 grams versus 9 grams of protein for chicken eggs. All right, thanks for that. I like them. I like Just Egg. I don't get it all that often. I liked it when it was like more like $4 or $5. Remember those days a few years ago? And then now it's like, often like $9. But I often see them drop below like $7. And that's when I start snatching them up. If I see it for $6.99 or $6.49, I start grabbing some Just Egg. But when it's like $7.50, $8+ now too pricey for my taste right now. I mean, it's not like I need to have it, but since we only get it once in a while when the price drops, it's like a nice, fun little special treat we have one day. Oh, Just Egg patties in bulk, huh? I don't think I've ever seen a Just Egg patty at the store. Maybe I just haven't been looking. I'll look around. That sounds good. Oh, okay. Your bestie helped break Lenny Kravitz back in the day, contributed to his success. Wow, damn. Lots of artists. He has tons of gold records. Awesome. I should have some gold streamies. Is that a thing? Gold streams? I have songs that are in the millions plus, stream count on Spotify and stuff like that. I'll take a little W on that, like a gold streamy. That's a good a goal for people on our little level here, independent artist level. Lenny takes good care of himself, and I appreciate that. Yeah, last time I saw images of Lenny, yeah, he's looking tight, looking fit. Okay, Carmichael, multiple bakeries have the pizza strips. Okay, that's probably why I've not seen them around. Oh yeah, Yo Egg. Yeah, we've shown that on our social media before, Peter. Yeah, it's an egg that has a yolk part that actually runs and stuff too. First time I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is really trippy. I remember I told you guys about it, and Sarah was kind of, ooh, that's kind of weird. I go, no, it really isn't as weird. Like, Angie is, kind of sensitive to stuff like that. It didn't bother her. But anyway, yeah, if that grosses you out, though, don't eat it. I haven't had one in months. But yeah, I'm glad you found one, Peter. Allison, you don't crave anything egg-like these days? Yeah, I don't crave eggs, obviously, but it's just kind of fun to make a little breakfast. Like, I'll chop up some potatoes, put them in the air fryer. Angie will, get the eggs and put some veggies in them and stuff like that. It's a fun little breakfast to have every once in a while. The just egg, not eggs, but just eggs. Okay, Peter, thanks. You timed this guy out for 24 hours. He's not making any sense. Yeah, I often do that too. I'll time out people for like 24 hours or even 2 hours, knowing I'll be off by then, So, but thanks for handling that. He seemed like he was just trolling or was some kind of bot, just pulling crap from a database or something like that. But it's all good. Thanks. Thanks so much, Peter. Yeah, he wasn't really being offensive, I agree, Peter, but just kind of speaking gibberish. We don't need gibberish right now. We definitely don't need offensive, but we don't need gibberish as well. If you're going to be here, contribute rather than distract. Yeah, Carmichael, I think your pizza strips are only where you're at there in Rhode Island. Yeah, we do that too, Uncle. Yeah, just like Myra. Yeah, we'll make just egg and put in some soy rizo. And instead of hash browns, you can do that. I'll just, again, make the potatoes in the air fryer. Yeah, that's something we have, from time to time, like once every month or so or something like that. Yeah, that's good. What's that, Bill? You like scrambled chickpea flour topped with hot sauce? No, is that kind of like just egg? Because that's what they started with. Like, oh, no, wait, no, I take that back. But I think I know what you're talking about. I think Angie's made something like that for us a few times. Yeah, okay. AJ's had it too. Yeah, she had that at a vegan cafe in Maryland and loved it. What do I think of EV cars? Like in what sense? That's a pretty broad question. Try to narrow down your question a little bit, and I'll try my best to answer it there, Greg. Those records back there, I own them all. I didn't buy them all. Some got donated or inherited to us and stuff. A lot of them are ours. Like Angie and I, both when we both moved in together, we brought our own records from our past lives that where we didn't live together. We brought them together. Got some. We bought records together. Got some from like relatives and stuff like that and friends. So yeah, all these records now are are my and hers responsibility. We own these things. So yeah. And yeah, they're from all over, different eras too. Stuff from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Um, and not too much after like 220. There was really no new vinyl in the 2010s. They have a couple things now from like 2020 when vinyl got onward, when vinyl's like a little more trendy right now. If one of my records is back here. Hell, I'll show you one of mine. This vinyl is my 1998 album Flux, got reissued and printed onto vinyl. I think it was last year or the year before, really recently, kind of recently. But yeah, not all of it is just like stuff from other artists. Some of it is from me too. Oh yeah, Peter. Yeah, Tower Records. Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. Yeah, I mean, not everyone lived by one. They weren't everywhere, but if you lived in like major population areas like I did, yeah, there was always a Tower Records to go to somewhere. Yeah, I went to Tower Records many and many a time. In fact, our record label had like some of our releases set up in their little listening stations there. Yeah, they have to pay money for this, but people come and put the headphones on and check out music. And yeah, I remember we were in those a few times. I can't remember which one I went to the most. I kind of remember the last ones I were going to when I was living in LA, the famous Sunset Boulevard one. Let's see. But yeah, it's been a while. I remember there was one kind of by Cal State Fullerton when I was out there for a little bit. Tower Records in San Francisco. Oh, shit. I'm thinking of Amoeba. That one over at the end of Hate by the park. Where was Tower at? I don't recall Tower in Tower Records in San Francisco. I don't think I've ever been to that. Yeah, let me know where that was, Sarah. Late model. I bet Tower Records in New York City was cool back in the day. Columbus Street. That's more in the downtownish area if my mental map serves me right. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that. North Beach. Oh yeah, I kind of remember something in North. Yeah, Columbus is North Beach. I told you it's like the main street, one of the main streets of North Beach. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to San Francisco, let alone North Beach. I'm trying to remember the Tower Records there now. I'm having that you hit a mental something in my brain. Kind of remembers something now about that. I can't say I've ever been in it. Maybe I just saw it when I was going around North Beach. Yeah, I can't say I've shopped there. Yeah, North Beach, kind of towards Pacific Heights, a little bit, kind of in that direction. Do I miss the days of being able to walk into a record store? I don't know. The way I consume music now, I don't really need to go to record stores. The way I discover music, I don't really need to go to record stores. They were cool. They were like part of our culture back then. They served an important function. Amoeba was on Hate Street. I remember, it's gone? I thought Amoeba would last forever. It seemed to like buck a lot of trends. Amoeba is not there on Hate Street anymore? No, tell me that's not so. Wow. Swa Haj. The question about iron overload and you have a disease, don't ask me. I'm a music producer. I'm the last person you want to ask. No, get advice from a dietitian, nutritionist, someone that, and especially one that knows a bit about plant-based diets. But no, don't ask me. I'm not qualified. I'll be the first to tell. I'm not going to bullshit you. I know other vegans will pretend they know shit that they don't, but no, don't get advice from influencers, and we're stupid unless we happen to be a doctor or a nutritionist or something like that. Okay, good. Even though I'm probably not going to go there anytime soon, late model. I'm glad you let me know you're pretty sure that amoeba on Hate Street is still there. That's just like an institution. Amoeba cannot go away. It's a huge record store in San Francisco in the Haight. I've bought many of things there. It was probably one of the better record stores I've ever been to. And I think the one in Hollywood is still around here. That one's probably even bigger, but I like the San Francisco one better. Just like the vibe, the selection. Yeah, I've never been to Berkeley. I think, is that the original one, the Berkeley one? I've never been to the... Maybe, let me think for a second. No, I don't have any clear memories of going to the Berkeley one. When did I start playing instruments? My mom and dad got me my first guitar. It's actually that red one right there. That one. They got me that when I was in second grade. It doesn't really play right anymore. It needs to be restrung. It just has some bad strings on it right now. A few are missing, but... even if it were strung up, I wouldn't play. It's not a great instrument, but at least it got me going. It taught me how to, play and develop as a early like kid musician into, Anyway, yeah, I started in second grade. Yeah, there's something to be said for starting something when you're younger. I'm glad my parents were cool about that because, yeah, look at me. I'm still doing it. I mean, I was just recording guitar. That's why this guitar is sitting on the music stand right now, the Strat here. I was just recording with it last night for a new song that we're working on. Speaking of new songs, we'll have a new one coming out the first Friday of December. It's been done for a while, but we want to make sure there's plenty of lead time. And we're working on a whole nother one right now, recording last night. And I got some acoustic guitar. I was going to record acoustic guitar last night too, but there's so much rain that my microphones would pick it all up. So I have to wait. And I didn't get a chance today with all the changes to my medication for my infection thing. So I didn't get to record today. So hopefully tomorrow. Okay. Swahils, your name is John. Swahils is your online thing because it was a missionary in Tarzana in Kenya speaking Swahili. Oh, okay. All right. So don't take advice from me though. And again, not just me, just don't listen to influencers for health stuff. Really, if it's a question about a disease and stuff like that, what foods work with it, we're not qualified. We didn't study this stuff. Ask someone who really, should be answering that sort of question. But I could talk to you about the ethics of veganism or stuff like that, share with you what I do, but answering technical questions like that, way beyond my capabilities. And it's unethical too, I think, for someone like me to answer that. That guitar must have been huge on me it's 7 years old. Well, it is a smaller scale guitar. I'm comparing it to the nylon string classical guitar sitting right next to it, and it's the red one's about maybe a 2/3 or 3/4 scale compared to a full size acoustic guitar. So yeah, I don't think it was terribly big. Yeah, it was pretty cheap. I remember we were at one of those old anyone who's Gen X, you guys remember those stores like Fedco or a Gymco or something like that? I don't know if they're on East and West Coast. But those stores that haven't been around for decades, got it at a store like that, Uncle, you had piano lessons but never practiced. That means you probably weren't into it. I mean, you may have liked it, but yeah, you weren't passionate about it because, the teacher, whoever the instructor for anything, they impart their knowledge. They help you out in person when they're there with you. But the only way you're going to actually learn what they taught you is to actually do it yourself without them there, doing it a bunch of times so it gets ingrained in the brain. So that's how that works out. Yeah, the instructor points you in the direction of they can open the door for you, but you actually got to go through the door yourself and do the work. Not bagging on you, Uncle, but that's part of how the learning process goes for not only music but for pretty much anything. You still have your Jimco card? Awesome. I want to see your Jimco card, Uncle. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I think that's where this guitar came from, Jimco or something like that. Your hands are suited for piano, late model. Let me guess. Are they kind of long and narrow? That sounds like, I would estimate that. Tell me if I'm totally wrong. But yeah, if they're long, you can stretch out, cover more keys if you need to on the keyboard. Yeah, mine are pretty good for guitar. For being 6'5", I'm really lucky that I don't have like super giant hands. I see some guys in the NBA with these just giant like baseball glove looking hands. They can grip a ball super easy. Me have to really struggle and stuff. But yeah, you have long digits. Yeah, I have long digits, so I can do some pretty good stretches. And my fingers aren't really stubby either. They're kind of long and narrow, and so it's kind of good. I'm glad my hands are no bigger. This is like for me, I think. Pretty good, perfect size hands. And one could argue having slightly smaller hands might even be better for certain styles, maybe like shredding, going faster and stuff like that. But I don't do that sort of thing. So my fingers work out pretty good for me. Jimco sounds familiar to you, Heidi? Yeah, I wonder if they had them out there, but we definitely had them on the West Coast. Luciano, you had guitar lessons. What exactly captivated? And you realized you preferred bass guitar. Yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah, it's like, there's nothing inherently better about guitar because it's more of a popular instrument. It has more strings. Bass is totally awesome too. I like bass. I just can't play it all that well. I mean, I could. I just get a guitar pick and just pretend I'm playing the low note on the chords that I'm playing on the guitar, but that's not real bass playing. Yeah. Well, okay, 6'5", Carmichael. Let me preface that or explain that a bit more. If you meet me out in public when I have shoes on, yeah, I'm 6'5". Barefoot, yeah, I'm 6'4.5". So just clarify, I'm not a total 6'5", but for all practical purposes, I am, because you're not going to see me barefoot most likely. Wow, AJ, that's crazy genetics. Your dad was around my height and you're 4'11". Wow. That's some weird genetics there. Wow. That's awesome, Carmichael. You went from a keyboard at 9 years old and a full piano. Yeah, I wish I had the space for a full piano. But then it can I don't, because it requires maintenance and tuning and stuff like that, and I wouldn't record with it. It's just so much easier to use my what I can do on my computer and in my digital audio workstation. Yeah, and as we get older, we do get shorter too. Yeah, Bill, you were 6 feet. You're 5'10" now. Let's see. Oh, Luciano, I forgot the part. You said you're also decent at keyboard. Yeah, I've never been the greatest keyboardist, pianist type. I always say I'm pretty good at piano as long as we're not talking about real-time piano. I can get the chord and then like program it in and then and then make the next chord and then tweak it, edit the notes around in MIDI. And it ends up sounding really nice when it's all done. I just can't play it in real time. But I'm more of a composer, I guess, with piano rather than a pianist, if you understand the distinction. I'm not trying to perform something nice. I'm just trying to write a song. So if I can just get the notes in, edit it, and tweak it to perfection, and get all my chords all going. And I tell you, that's one thing, the main thing I'm using my local AI machine for, to help me analyze my chords, because I tell you, there's a lot of like jazz harmony theory that I don't quite understand. Even just basic, like more advanced concepts of music theory that I don't quite get. So, like stuff like cadence, I should understand cadence better. And I don't fully understand what all these tonic, subtonic, and stuff. I don't know all these things all that well. So I just kind of go by ear and gut how it feels. So it's good to know. I have a helping hand helping me if I have questions. Interesting, AJ. So your mom was also your height, and so the doctor said if you were to have had a son, it would probably he would be tall like your dad. Probably so. It's probably a latent gene there, huh? And yeah, Uncle wants to know if your 6'5" dad scared boyfriends or would be suitors away. Oh, it's hard to imagine getting rid of your first piano. I bet. Yeah. Yeah, pianos are heavy. They're huge things. It's not a trivial thing to move a piano and take care of it. Wow, Carl, you have a wonderful grand piano. It kind of takes over your living room. Yeah, they can fill up a living room if you got the space for sure. I had a friend in San Francisco who didn't really play piano, but he rented a piano monthly. It looked beautiful in his living room. In fact, so much so that it's like 20 odd years ago, Angie and I did a little photo shoot in the city, and we said, hey, let's do some shots on your grand piano since it's just sitting there looking all nice and badass. So yeah, we took some shots on the grand piano. So if you ever seen one of the photo shoots of me and Angie, she's kind of laying on the piano sort of, that's that piano. Luciano, you kind of plays like just whatever happens. That's how I kind of play too. I'm just kind of jamming. I'm not like reading sheet music or like necessarily playing my songs or some other artist's songs. I just kind of get in the mood and groove, just try to feel the music out. Often I'll be working on different things, different scale things, different chord phrasings and progressions. I have like little sub goals, but the main goal is just to like stay loose and ready. So like when I'm recording, I can just jump right in and be me, be proficient. Bye bye. Is someone leaving, late model? Are you leaving right now? Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's almost 20 to top of the hour. But are you saying bye to someone else? Let's see if I saw someone say they're leaving. Hannon exercises. Wait, why do I remember Hannon? It's some kind of musical training program, right? I kind of remember that name for something. But I wasn't learned on Hannon. I had some Alfred's music. Any of you guys see those old school Alfred's music books for guitar? When I first took guitar lessons, later on, after second grade, when I started taking guitar lessons in like fourth or fifth grade or something like that, yeah, I was learning from the Alfred's books. Okay, scale exercises. Yeah, I didn't do too much scale exercise. It was just basically trying to make me a better guitarist. The Alfred's books, more proficient. Those are kind of good to get you up to speed. After a while, I found those books weren't totally helpful. I mean, they were good for learning to sight read, which I was able to do back then, like in fourth through like eighth or ninth grade, I could sight read, but I can't really sight read anymore. I remember the names of the notes for the most part, like EGB. Every good boy does fine. EGBDF and FACE are the open ones. But yeah, I can't sight read. I could read it like I could read like a foreign language, like one little bit at a time, maybe really slowly. You had those Hannon books too? Okay, awesome. Luciano, yeah, if you repeat a mistake, it no longer so. That's a good trick for when playing live. If you like totally flub a note, just play that note again later. I always say when playing live and make a mistake, an error in your playing, like you hit the wrong chord or something like that, it's how quickly and gracefully you recover from that moment. So yeah, just try to be cool about it and gracefully get back on track. Or if you want to fake it, just hit that note again. Oh, he meant it. He obviously intended that. Well, the second time you did, but not the first time. Oh, so okay, I didn't see who that was. I was looking for someone saying bye to us. I guess I would have had to scroll up higher. That's the secret of jazz. Yeah, it's easier to get away with it in jazz because there's so many exceptions as to what notes are in key. You can play so many notes that are out of the key, out of the scale, out of the key that you're in. That's what I'm learning. It's like, because I've been, I think I told Angie I've been kind of, I think, holding on too strong to always being in, not playing notes that are out of key. But what I've been learning lately is how to make it work, how to play notes that don't strictly fall in the key. I'm being a little more loose and modal with my my chord changes, and that's what my local AI model, my Harmonic Muse model, has been helping me with to get to a new level without having to go to like music school or hang out with like a jazz harmony instructor as I'm writing here. That would be expensive, right? So anyway, that's cool. it's cool having that kind of brain power. It doesn't have a brain, but you know what I'm saying, that kind of reasoning ability just locally right here. What were you classically trained on, late model? What instrument? Did I miss it, what you said here? I see that you did the hand and scale exercises, but was it keyboard or guitar or violin or flute or something like that? Piano. Oh, okay. Wow. Cool. You were classically trained and went on in your own improv melodic tantrums. Yeah, that's what it's for. You learn, you learn the right way to play, and then screw all that, And then that's what I did. I found like the lessons, at least with the teachers I was with back then. I'm not going to really get too much more, at least where I was at right then and what I wanted to know and learn about. I wasn't going to get too much more from them. So I just started making my own music and learning, another aspect of music, which is music making, rather than becoming, super proficient musician. Because no matter how good you are in an instrument, there's always another level to get to, Even the best musicians in the world still have teachers that work with them, they just don't sit there. I'm so good now, I don't need anything. There's always something more you can learn, some new theory you can learn, some new techniques you can apply. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to start moving into songwriting because that's why I think I wanted to get into music. I didn't want to become like the world's greatest guitarist. I wanted to make cool music. Like growing up in the 70s, hearing all this cool music on the radio all the time. It's like, I want to make cool stuff like that. And that was my goal. Not to make cool 70s music, but just to make cool music. Carmichael, yeah, we have this on our site on the, I could put the link up later. Yeah, we have the Doesn't Suck Being Vegan and Vegan Cult Leader and Non-Deficient Vegan shirts up there. I think I'm too lazy and tired right now for my little illness to pull that up. I'm feeling really lazy. I'll do that for you next time for sure. Carl, you were classically trained on piano and play mostly classical. Awesome. Oh yeah, Uncle, I think you told us about your dad had a Hammond organ and added other keyboards too. A piano guts that had hammers that were actuated by solenoids. Wow, fascinating. Allison, you joined a jazz band in grade 8, the jazz band in grade 8 while you're in concert band. You played flute for both and you're almost totally lost the whole time in jazz band. And it didn't help that it started at the ungodly hour of 6:30. Oh my God, what a horrible time to play in jazz band at 6:30 in the morning. That's when most professional jazz musicians are getting back and going to sleep in New York. Oh, you grew up on classical music, late model? Oh, okay. Your dad was a fiend. He has a perfect ear. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what a perfect ear entails exactly, but I have a pretty well-trained ear. Meaning, like when I was younger, I wanted to learn stuff like, say, Led Zeppelin, like Jimmy Page was playing. So I just sit there on the record and play it over and over again. I still have scratches on my vinyl for doing that. We didn't have digital now, where you could slow it down even. I was able to, learning to pick out notes by ear and, and figure stuff out. And that's been pretty helpful. Like now when I'm trying to figure out some cool chords, I hear in a K-pop song, I'm able to extract the notes out. Oh yeah, it's a half diminished chord. Whoa. Anyway, what's that, Jana? At Carl, Duran Duran reminded you of whose music? Ryan and Angie's? Huh? Which of our songs remind you of Duran Duran? It depends, yeah, because Duran Duran, they're kind of a weird band. Well, every band's a weird band, but they're weird in that they're kind of known for their party music. Like when we saw them live, a couple times, in 8 years ago or so, they're just playing all the party songs and stuff like that. But my favorite songs are the chill ones, like Save a Prayer. Yeah, the wedding album, love that. Come Undone, Ordinary World. These are the songs I really love by these guys. The more chill, atmospheric ones like that. The party songs, they're cool, but that's not my jam. You know what my music sounds like. I like the more just slow, chill, smooth, atmospheric kind of songs. Yeah, songs like Save a Prayer, the chill stuff. Exactly. I really like that side of New Religion on the first. I think that's on the first album too. songs like that, moody groove. I like that because it's so moody, so minor keyed. It's got the funky bass line with John. Yeah, they have some cool shit. They're a really good band, really good musicians. That's one thing that set them apart from a lot of '80s bands. Like, yeah, Duran Duran had some just bitchin' musicians. I mean, God, if I'd take John Taylor to play bass for all my songs, even if no one knew, I wouldn't put in the credits. I would have him play bass lines all day. Anyway. No, my parents didn't record me making music when I was younger, Uncle. No, I don't think they had the idea to do that or anything like that. They weren't really technically inclined or anything. Oh, Barry Manilow, you saw him, Carmichael? Yeah, I can imagine that'd be amazing. Yeah, that guy's got a big, solid voice. I remember a while ago, maybe like a decade or so ago, listening to some streaming Barry Manilow. Man, his voice is recorded awesome. He's got like this big voice. You can tell he's recorded on a world-class microphone, a world-class studio with the best reverbs at the time. It's all spacious and huge, all this texture. Yeah, that guy can sing. Where has the time gone? We're almost there, huh, late model? 7:49 my time. You're obsessed with Duran Duran in 7th grade? Yeah, Angie had a Duran Duran fanzine in high school. So I would have been around when you were in 7th grade, probably. Yeah, I always liked Duran Duran. Yeah, it was cool to finally see them live, finally. And Angie got to like meet John Taylor when he had if you're a Duran Duran fan, he published a book, like maybe 10 years ago or so. And one of our friends, his husband used to work with John Taylor's wife in the fashion industry. So we got, I guess, a little extra time maybe saying hi to John. I think that may have helped. I'm not sure if that did it or not. But yeah, that was cool for her to meet John, because she had the hugest crush on John Taylor when she was in high school. I mean, she was a big Duran fan, but John was her guy. And she said that bodes well for me, because I have some of the characteristics of John Taylor, like taller, lean, cool hair. At least I used to, musician. But yeah, Duran Duran totally ruled MTV back in the 80s. Yeah, they were the shiznit. Oh, you saw Barry Manilow in Vegas. Even better. That sounds like the ultimate. No, I don't remember a rivalry between Duran Duran and Aha. How can there be a rivalry? Like, Aha's like the quintessential like one-hit wonder, and Duran Duran has like, countless classic songs. Yeah, Duran Duran's a very kind of, I tell you, just a misunderstood band. A lot of people just think, girls on film, party music and stuff like that. Yeah, they got that, but yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot about him until I heard "Ordinary World" back in the mid '90s. I go, wow, what a beautiful song! And then I heard "Come Undone." I go, wow, this album's awesome. Jana, who did have a crush on John Taylor, I know a lot of you guys did. Oh, you like Simon? Interesting. Yeah, Simon's cool. They're all cool. I'm glad they're still around and kicking. And they're getting the respect that they deserve for being not just a party band from the 80s, but just being a damn just good band, and have some classic songs, especially for all us Gen Xers, right? I mean, come on, who that's Gen X didn't like have a Duran Duran song be an important part of some moment in our lives? In fact, probably many moments. Oh, okay. The rivalry between Duran Duran and Aha was more in terms of which girls like which band more. Okay, I don't even remember that. Yeah, Uncle, but that Take On Me video by Aha was like pretty mind-blowing for its day, right? It's like pushing the tech of 1980s computers or animation or whatever's going on. Oh man, that's lucky. So when Duran Duran played at your bestie's radio station, you got to get all up and close with them? Awesome. You'll never forget Simon's white leather pants. Wow, that sounds very Elvis. It also sounds very Simon Le Bon too. Those guys, Simon's funny. I like his British humor. They're all funny. John is funny. You put 15 to 20 bananas in your smoothies per day. Hey, I'm not I'm a musician. I'm a music producer. I'm not a nutritionist, dietitian. I would talk to someone more qualified, more studied and learned. Actually, someone who, has a proper credential to give advice about that. My intuition is 15, 20 bananas a day. You might want to get some advice on that. You might be pushing it, perhaps, especially how quickly you're eating them, and are you eating other foods? Are you not eating other foods because you're eating so many bananas? There's a lot of stuff going on there. So yeah, I would suggest you talk to a dietitian, nutritionist about that. Not me. Yeah, don't talk to influencers, don't talk to YouTubers or whatever, or TikTokers, unless they're an actual qualified medical professional. You're not into Duran. What's the first song that Carmichael should listen to? Depends. Do you like more rockin' party music? Do you like chill, moody music? Depends. I like chill, moody music. I post videos on eating bananas. How I like today. I've had a few bananas, but I don't have like 15 or 20 bananas a day. I mean, I did it for a little while, maybe like 10, 15 years ago or so, but it's not like the diet I eat day in and day out or anything. Okay, like chill music. Okay, all right, chill music, Duran Duran songs. My recommendations are ones I've said before. I think they're their coolest song. This is from the old days too. Save a Prayer. Look, just watch the music video. It's one of the greatest music videos of all time. Just go on YouTube and look up the Save a Prayer music video. It's beautiful. It's filmed in Sri Lanka. It looks like a movie. Some famous director did it. The song is amazing too. I think the director understood the vibe of the music. It's really cool. It has lots of cool images of Buddha and stuff like that. Also, if you like the chill stuff, check out Ordinary World. And there's a music video for Ordinary World. That one's later. That's maybe about 8 or so years later. It was like a comeback album, the wedding album. That was a comeback for Duran Duran in the 90s because they're a big 80s band. But check out Ordinary World. And if you like stuff that has a little bit of a more chill, trip-hop kind of beat, check out Come Undone. Again, another amazing song with an amazing music video. So those are my 3. Save a Prayer, Come Undone, Ordinary World. And there's more. There's more than that. Those are my personal, I think, among my favorite 3 songs of theirs that I know you can find easily that have music videos. Yeah, you can get it too. Save a Prayer, one of your absolute favorites. Check it out. Hopefully they'll blow your mind. It's really cool stuff. Seriously, yeah, I'm proud to have grown up in that era and have that music just get into my brain and influence me in subtle ways. Yeah, go down the Duran rabbit hole for sure. It might be life changing. It might not do anything. Who knows? That's the great thing about art. If it does something for you, awesome. If not, no harm, no foul. All right, guys, I should get going. It's just about 8 o'clock, so I must be feeling better than a Big Thing album. That was one that got kind of forgotten about. But I remember there's a song or two I liked on Big Thing. Oh, is that the one that has All She Wants Is? That's a really cool song too. Check that one out. That was a more drive and dance song. But yeah, that's a really cool, like kind of a more housey kind of song. Yeah, check that out too. But yeah, I must be feeling better than I did last Friday because I only made it like an hour and 10 or 20 minutes last Friday. So I'm feeling much better. I guess even though I didn't get the best antibiotics, now I'm on the best ones. They've done something. I feel better. I think I read that they can reduce inflammation, which makes your symptoms appear better. So I'm feeling that. But I'm hoping by next Friday, Black Friday, I'll be totally good and healthy and all that. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Bill too. Be thinking about you, Bill, and just keep hanging in there and just being tough, being you, and we'll be, we're all with you here, Bill. So yeah, please keep coming and hanging with us as long as you can there. Oh yeah, the Chauffeur is a trippy one. Yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah, Rio is just a cool, as far as party songs go, Rio is one of their better party songs. And New Religion. I remember they had a cool music video for New Religion. So look up that as well, Carmichael. Look up New Religion by Duran Duran. An older song, really groovy, really funky, really moody song. That's one of my faves too. That's a cool bass line. If anyone plays bass, you got to learn the bass line for New Religion. That's the one I'll jam too from time to time when I pick up a bass. In fact, it's my go-to bass jam when I pick up a bass, New Religion. But anyway, guys, so thank you guys for being with me. Thanks for all the super chat tips tonight, Dawn, and I didn't even think hardly Tin Man Adonis for being a member for 37 months. My bad, but thanks, for the super chat tip there, Tin Man, and AJ and AJ for the weekly cult dues. Thanks, guys, and I'll put it to some nice bland vegan foods that I can eat for the next few days, as my stomach and internals need to like just have some chill, non-acidic, non-spicy foods to help me with my recovery. So yeah, hopefully it'll all be good next week when I see you guys, and have a safe, fun Thanksgiving, vegan Thanksgiving, whatever you do. If you hang out with friends, family, and if you don't, that's all good too. Just do what is going to be best for you.
Thanks for the tip.
And works out. And thanks for the last super chat tip there at the end there, Carmichael. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks, I appreciate it. So I will check in back with you next week and report back, and hopefully I'll have time to make a video next week. It's gonna be tough, huh? Because I usually put out a video on Thursday, but that's when everyone's having Thanksgiving, so I'd have to get out by Wednesday. I don't know how it's all gonna work out. I really don't know. Plus, I have a dentist appointment next week too. I need to go every 6 months or so, and it just happens to be next week. So it's gonna be weird. I can't go 2 weeks without a video. That would suck. But I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, plan is Black Friday. I'll be here. I'm not going shopping. I'm not gonna bang down the doors of Walmart or anything like that. I'm just gonna wake up, have breakfast, and come chill with you guys at 6 p.m. Pacific time. But anyway, thanks so much, Peter and Uncle, for moderating, putting people in timeout who needed to be timed out. And just being my friends and suggesting videos so often for me too, Peter. And again, keep sending me videos. Even if you sent me some and I haven't done them yet, I'm always looking for more video ideas, Peter. So I appreciate your sharing them with me. And it's really helped me out. You see, like I would say maybe half my videos are from Peter's suggestions. So keep it up. You're really helping me out a lot. You might not know, but you really are. And thanks all you guys for being here with me. You guys are all helping me out really through a tough year, tough day here for me. So thanks so much, guys. So everyone, have a good weekend, have a good night, take care, and I will see you shortly, hopefully with good health to report back. All right, guys, much love. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.